and welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of the NextGen Podcast. My name is Meghna, and I'm really excited to invite Samantha to join us on the NextGen Podcast. She's a junior at NYU's College of Arts and Sciences. Originally from Long Island, she currently lives in New York City. Samantha brings a unique blend of academic curiosity and creative reflection to everything she does. In the future, she aspires to become a neuropsychologist or researcher specializing in cognition and perception. In her free time, she enjoys journaling, public speaking, and listening to self-care and psychology podcasts. In this episode, we'll dive into Samantha's academic journey, what drew her towards neuroscience and psychology, and how her interest in cognition and human behavior shape her perspective on life, learning, and personal growth. Thank you so much, Samantha, for being with us on the Next Gen podcast.
Of course, I'm really excited to be here and so excited to talk about my journey and just to I don't know, just to be here because I think it's really nice and cool.
Thank you. So jumping straight in, I just love to learn more about your journey. Like what first inspired you to go into psychology and pursue that in NYU?
So I think I've always been a curious child, especially about human behavior. Like even
Mhm.
growing up, I would get in trouble for asking about like why why people were the way that they were because I didn't know what psychology was. So and I would be considered rude for even asking those questions. And so I think if I'm able to make a career out of my curious nature, I think that's what initially drew me into majoring in psychology because I'm still curious to this day. Like I don't think that's something about me that will ever stop. And I think I really learned more about psychology when during lockdown, I watched this channel called Psych to Go, and I would always watch their videos, and I'm like, wow, this is so interesting. Why did I not know about this before? And so I I would just do I would read more about psychology, and then I took my first college psych class in high school, and then I guess it just built up the pipeline to where I am today.
And
Psychology at NYU.
exactly. And psychology, you're talking about curiosity and stuff like that. I feel like even now with modern day science, there's just so much that we don't know about human behavior and the brain and neuroscience and everything like that. I majored in neuroscience in college, so I know that there's just so many unknown questions that are that we are yet to figure out. It's amazing. So what has surprised you about NYU so far? Because I know you're from New York. I wouldn't say kind of close to the city, I guess you could say. So what surprised you about NYU and your journey so far?
Oof, what surprised me about NYU? There's definitely a lot of things that did surprise me. I think I think hmm I think the amount of people, because
Mm.
I knew that NYU is such a big school,
Mm-hmm.
but I really did I really didn't put two and two together that it was actually a huge school. Cause I came from a smallish high school, so everyone basically knew each other. All the teachers were close, but it's it was at least freshman year, it was a little difficult for me to um make friends with people because there's just so many people and it's so hard to or well, it's not hard, but it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be to be friends with everyone because there's just so many people and everyone's doing their own thing. Yeah, that's something that really shocked me about NYU. But it's also I really love their individual communities.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm part of the International Filipino Association
Oh,
club,
wow.
and it's everyone there is all a family, and especially
Mhm.
e-board, I'm secretary, and we all have our own hangouts every once in a while, and I think even though it was hard for me freshman year to make friends with people, I think having those individual communities made it a lot easier.
Yeah, it is a very big school and very much an open campus. On my days off and during the weekend, I love just sitting at Washington Square Park with a Leon's Bagels and just it's amazing to just sit and people watch. That's like my
Oh my
favorite
gosh.
pastime.
That I also love to people watch. Like I'll
Yes.
just there's this building at NYU called
Uh-huh.
Kimmel, and so there's a huge window, like, and you're like facing Washington
No.
Square Park.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's
and so you could just
amazing.
like, yeah, you just get to
You don't even
watch
have to
people
move
like just
outside. You can
moving
just
around.
watch it from your window.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like, oh, this sounds kind of weird, but it's like watching like an ant colony from like really high above.
Yeah. And there's just like constantly just like something going on in like that
Oh
side of the
yeah,
city. There's just like, yeah. I'm a big fan
it's
of the
like it's
NY
impossible.
dosas, the like the Indian
The
food
which one?
truck. There's like an Indian food
Mm-hmm.
truck that like stands outside Washington Square Park. I'm a huge fan of that.
Ooh,
It's
I
like
might
it
have to
doesn't like
try
come
it.
like every day-ish. It isn't like every day. It's like maybe like twice or maybe three times a week. It's like really good food.
Wait, oh wait, hold on. Let me write this down because I'm gonna forget.
It's called like
What is
NY
it
Dosa.
called?
It's like really like I rarely recommend that place. It's literally like on
NY.
the side of like Washington Square Park, like on the other side of the arch.
On the other side? NY do Is it a small truck?
Oh, it's a very,
NY.
very small truck. The line, there's always a
Oh!
line, like pretty much like every time when you post on like Instagram, like when he's there and when he's not. But yeah, typically like you wait maybe like 20-ish minutes in line. Pretty fast too, pretty fresh because he makes it like literally right in front of you. It's
Oh my
amazing. It's
gosh,
like the
wait.
Indian style like crepe that he serves. It's really good.
I might have to try it. And it's like a
Definitely
good
do.
price too.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like student pricing. His like child, his daughter, I think, went to NYU, so he kept it like very student rating, like literally full meal for under $10.
Oh, that's so sweet.
100%.
Oh
It's
my God.
amazing when you get like something for that cheap. I
Yeah,
feel like that's the
especially
most
in
cheap.
that area of the
Oh,
city.
100%. The West Village side is
Oh.
not the most cheapest.
Mm.
So what has been your experience actually joining NYU's psychology program, like compared to like any assumptions or any ideas that you had prior to joining?
I actually had like no assumptions about the psychology department like
Mhm.
prior to joining NYU. And like I didn't like expect to get into NYU, but I guess I was
Relatable.
really shocked when I did. Because my original plan was to go to CUNY Hunter because it
Uh-huh.
seemed like the most like affordable option, but luckily because of the many like scholarships that NYU offers, I was able
Mhm.
to go to NYU on a scholarship
Oh,
that is
congrats. That's amazing.
yes, thank you. But yeah, I had like no idea I was gonna get into NYU and then I did. But I honestly I didn't have any assumptions at all. But what I really like about the psychology department is that like I think compared to different majors, our department is very chill. Cause it's like I don't have any problem, like I don't have any issues with any of my professors compared to like my other friends who are like math majors, CS
Ooh.
majors, like, and I'm just like, oh my God, like I love psychology, guys. But no, like they even have like department parties at the end of the year, or well, at the end of the fall
Really?
semester. Yeah, and like I got an email or I saw it in like the psych department and I just went and like they're really like open with stuff about that and like you just get to network with and everybody and like everyone's so sweet. So I'm just really glad that I got into psychology and especially at NYU where the professors and like the
Mhm.
staff are super nice.
Yeah, I've actually like I have like some like friends that pursue like psychology in like other colleges, and they've said the same thing too. So I don't know if it's like an NYU thing or a psychology thing, but I've heard like a lot of the professors and TAs and colleagues are like they're very supportive,
Yeah.
just like open to like networking and stuff like that too. Because I was pre-med and
Yeah.
so like that wasn't really a thing. They weren't really open to that. Like our professors were like, "You want research?" And we'd be like, "Yeah." And they'd be like, "Okay, come on." Otherwise, they'd be like, "Yeah, we don't really want to entertain your questions." It wasn't the most fun thing.
I was pre-med too, like
Really?
freshman year, and then yeah, and then I took my chemistry class, and I was just like, I don't feel as confident as I thought I was. But it's okay because like even if I'm not pre-med, like the system
Hmm.
is still so like supportive,
Of
which I
course.
appreciate.
I feel like the my most memorable classes that I had during like high school and college were my psychology classes. I feel like those were like my most favorite classes because that would kind of like connect so many different fields in one. Like you could connect it to physics, you can connect it to obviously biology, chemistry. It was just like so interconnected
Hmm.
that it's like whatever field
Yeah,
that
no,
you're interested in,
psychology.
you just it you were interested in psychology.
Yeah, it's very diverse, which I
Mhm.
truly love because I think like I'm still like figuring things out, so not everything is set in stone, but I do have a plan as to what I would want to do. Because like you never know like what else might pique your
Of
interest.
course. Do you have any plans to going into pre-med or medicine?
Oh my gosh, I actually like I currently work at
Uh-huh.
like NYU Langone,
Okay.
and yeah, and like my PI, he's like a doctor, and like I see like the way that like he works with patients, and like yeah, everyone in my research lab, they're all pursuing some type of they're all pursuing like medicine, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh wow, like wow, maybe I shouldn't have stopped, but I don't know. For now, it's like a so-so.
Mm-hmm. I feel like even just going into like neuropsychology, like and like the perception cognition, what you were interested in, is an amazing path too. It's very interesting.
Oh yeah, like I love cognition, I love perception, like I think when I learned about that in my when I first started learning about perception in my intro to psych class, I was like, whoa, like I think which concept was it? It was like more about like perception and like visual agnosia.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that's so like I didn't even like it's obvious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like oh, like one part of your brain is damaged, this happens, but I didn't realize it would be to that extent. It's so it I was like, "Whoa. Wow." So yeah, I guess that's what makes me like really fascinated about cognition and perception. So, and I also love the cognition class I took last semester.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably my favorite one, favorite psych class.
So what do you feel was the most challenging part about studying psychology at NYU?
The most challenging part? Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, hmm. I really don't know. I know like everything seems like pretty like okay to me. I think everyone, even like psych majors, are like helpful with each other.
Mm-hmm.
The most difficult part, I guess, is just like I'm not there yet, but it might be like post grad plans
Mm-hmm.
because I understand um how it's not like so easy to get a job immediately out of undergrad as a psych major, and so like finding the costs for like after undergrad, I guess that might be the most difficult thing. That's like the only problem I've ever heard regarding a psych major. Uh, oh, but I guess like, but this has to do with like most sciences, just memorization, I
Yeah.
guess too. Some words they'll like mix to each other, but
Mhm.
that's more like general for like most science majors.
I remember studying psychology for the MCAT because that's like one of the sections. And it was like there was this like Khan Academy that was like 300 pages of basically just words. And I was like so overwhelmed because it's like you think that one word it means like that, but it's like completely different. And then there's like other words where if you look at it, you can kind of tell what they're meaning. It's the psychology of memorization is tough.
Yeah, like what is it? For my cognition class, there was, even though I did like that class, there
Mhm.
was a lot of memorization. So like for each chapter, I had to make flashcards because there was like no way I was gonna remember every single one just like off the top of my head. And so like I would be like at my desk and I would just flip through all of those flashcards because it was a lot. But yeah,
Yeah, the memorization part, not fun.
no, no.
So has there been like any like theory or concept that kind of like changed the way that you think about people post studying psychology or just being a psychology major? Is there just like a difference that you notice?
I think hmm, a difference that I really noticed. Hmm, honestly, I think there's like I have like a difference towards like myself because I think learning more about psychology, I've become more sympathetic towards others. Like I I've definitely grown a lot from learning more about psychology because it's like I don't judge as quickly as
Mm.
I would like maybe like a couple of years ago because
Hmm.
like you never know what someone is going through and like what's going through their mind because like as you know, like or every person is different and every mind is different and everyone's experience is different. So you have to give like those people some sympathy. Like you can't just be so harsh on others. And I
Hmm.
guess that's what I've like learned being in psychology.
Yeah, that's just like one thing that it's only when you like study people or just like study behaviors that you can actually like understand that concept.
Yeah. I like If I like if I feel like I'm going to like erupt, I always have to take like if I'm gonna erupt at someone, I always have to take like a deep breath because I'm like because I know I might say like the wrong thing and I
Hmm.
just like I have to think like, oh, is this the right thing they need to hear right now and stuff like that?
Hmm.
Or like are they going through something that I don't know? So I just tend to like pull everything back.
So what's like one misconception that you feel like people have about psychology majors?
Oh my gosh.
I feel like
I
there's a
really
long
like this
list.
question. I think whenever I tell people that I'm a psychology major, they're always like, "Oh, can you read my mind?"
What? Really?
No, no, I can't read your mind. Yeah, it's happened. It's happened to me on multiple occasions. I'm like, no, that's psychic. I'm a psychology major, you know. It like it makes me laugh, but I think before it used to make me a little angry, but I just laugh it off now. And also, like another misconception is that like people always think that I'm like psychoanalyzing them. No, I'm
Mm.
not. I'm just having a conversation with you and I just want to get to know you. I'm not like psychoanalyzing like oh because you do this like oh this happened to you in your past. Like no, I'm a normal person, I swear. I don't know where people get like this misconception. It makes me laugh. Like I don't I don't even know.
I'm guilty of the second misconception because like with the friends that I mentioned that pursue psych, I'm like, so are you like digging deeper into my questions because you want to learn like more about me? Or are you trying to deeper understand me? Like I'm guilty of that. I don't know like where it comes from though, but I feel like it's common. I did not know about the psychic though. That's funny.
I think it probably comes from like people always like uh, people constantly like assuming that psychology, oh, like therapy. But like
Mm,
as we
yeah,
mentioned before, like psychology is so like broad. So
exactly.
I think that's where it might stem from.
So which going back to people analyzing, if there which the psychological phenomena do you think everyone experiences, but that they don't realize that they do?
Probably like retrieving memories from their long-term memory.
Hmm.
And like there's like a difference between your short-term memory and a long on your long-term memory. People are and like there's different types of memory, but people don't like
Hmm.
realize that they're constantly going back. And yeah. Oh, I guess another thing that people don't realize that they do,
Uh-huh.
like neuropsych related cognition wise, is incubation. So
Oh,
that yeah. So that's when like you're working really hard on a problem, but you can't seem to figure it out. So you take
Mhm.
a break, right? And so like you just take a break and then it could just happen at the most like random moments, but boom, and then you figure out the solution. By being away from the problem, you're actually solving your problem, which is the concept of incubation. That's
Mhm.
what I learned in my cognition class recently, and I'm like, oh my God, I do this all
I
the time.
know. And they show it like so much even in like movies. It'll be like they'll like deep in like sleep and then they suddenly at like 3 a.m. it's like some like random thought and then they quickly like jot it down. So it's very like you see it like everywhere, even in like popular media, the idea of incubation. It's weird. It's funny too.
Yeah, like I think that's like why it's important to like, I don't know, to have like a notebook at all times.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like don't like it's also important not to like overwork your brain because then you
True.
won't actually be solving a problem. I love incubation. I think
No,
it's
I truly
interesting.
support that. I truly support that. And I feel like it's because of like phenomena like these that I feel like everybody should have some sort of like a basic understanding of psychology. It doesn't have to be like super specific, but I feel like these type of things are things that we do subconsciously every day that if we could kind of map it out to something or like it can like help like solve like these like sort of like mind blocks or like when you mentioned like taking like a deep breath and stepping back just to avoid like not hurting somebody's feelings like those type of things. I feel like you could like easily just like learn those like coping mechanisms from psychology, and I feel like it's like nice if everybody just had like a basic understanding of it, even if it's like some like high school class that they took.
I think everyone should take an intro to psych class.
Yeah,
It's
totally
so
agree.
important.
It's so
Yeah.
important. I totally agree. So going into like your interest with like cognition and like perception, you've sort of like kind of like mentioned this, but like what specifically stood out about these two topics that makes you want to pursue like a field that focuses on that?
Honestly, which one was it?
Like
I
cognition
think,
perception?
yeah, I think, well, as I mentioned earlier, I really liked how, like, the difference between, like, your, the difference between, like, your senses and your perception. So,
Hmm.
like, your vision you see, right? But your perception, it's like how you interpret it. And so I think interpretation is really important. So I guess that's what, like, piqued my interest more into perception. It's everyone thinks differently and everyone's brain works differently. And even if like there's just one like part of your brain that's damaged, you can perceive something so askew from others. And then cognition, it I like it because your brain is like a machine.
Hmm.
So it's like, as I mentioned earlier, if something is damaged, like you won't be able to cognitively function like as you normally would. So I guess a concept that did like solidify my interest in cognition was hmm, um, probably like memory,
Hmm.
because it's like your your brain works 24/7 even when you're sleeping.
Hmm. Exactly.
And so if you're if you're what is it? Whoa, I was gonna say a homunculus. Whoa. Sorry, wrong part. But if you're, oh my God, what is it called? Your oh my God, how did I
Hippocamp?
forget the
Uh,
name? Yeah, your hippocampus. If your hippocampus stuff isn't working, then you won't be able to like memorize stuff as much as you would like want to, or like like remember things as much as you would want to. Like that's such an important part of your brain. So I
mhm.
guess that's what, yeah, like made me want to be more into cognition.
Speaking about like memory, there was this like documentary that I watched like a couple years ago on Netflix called like The Mind Explained, where they basically break
Mhm.
down like certain psychological topics like they done like positive, negative reinforcement. They've done like memory and cognition, perception, that kind of thing too. And they were like talking about this like memory game where they would give people like a bunch of numbers to memorize. It's like a competition basically.
Mm,
And they would give people like a number of like basically a combination of numbers, and then people would associate letters or colors to it, and then that's how they would be able to remember the most amount of digits. And I was like, that really like struck out to me because it's like I never thought that you could ever associate a color or a word or something like that. Like if you say like six, it'd be
mhm.
like sky. For me, I'm like, how did you get there? How like what made you like what made that connection, that kind of thing. So it was like very interesting when I like watched that. I feel like memory is just like again just something that is so unique and so like there's not a lot of research being done with that too. It's a very up and going field.
Yeah, chunking. I think that's like the best way to memorize like a bunch of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like and like associating it with different things. I mean, that's also what I used to study. So I would relate so I would relate like different psych concepts to like things that I know. So which one would I relate it to? So like it helped a lot during my cognition class, but let's say
Mm-hmm.
for example, I wanted to memorize the different parts of the brain. So I'd be like, oh, like my frontal lobe. Well, duh, it's in the front. And
Mm-hmm.
then parietal, right? Parietal. The parietal is over here, and then your occipital is like the back right over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, your temporal. So the way I learned it, it was like, so your parents rule over your temper. So that's how I would memorize it. So like your parietal, temporal, your parents rule over your temper, if that makes sense. And then like occipital, like I see, like like I see. Yeah, but frontal, like you just know that it's just in the
Yeah.
front.
For
So,
me, I did that with reinforcements because there's like the positive punishment, negative punishment, positive reinforcement, like that. Just to like understand that concept, I would like relate it with like actual situations. It's like if I did something good, like if I scored well on this test, and I buy something for myself. If I don't score something on this test, then I don't get a sweet treat. So I would like connect it with that way. And when I actually did score well, then I would treat myself. But that was kind of like how what I did to study. That's kind of like, I guess it's like chunking in a different sort of way.
wait, I low-key, I also did something similar, but I did that for my stats class. So
Really?
every time I would finish or I would finish like a study sheet for stats, I would eat a peach gummy a peach gummy after. But
Uh-huh.
like I would only eat one peach gummy and then yeah, oh sorry, peach gummy rings. So I would eat that, and then after I eat that, then I would do another sheet, and then I would just constantly reward myself. I
Mm-hmm.
don't recommend doing this because like now I associate like peach gummy rings with stats. Like I can't
Yeah.
eat it without thinking about stats. And it used to be my favorite snack too, but I conditioned myself to
Yeah.
associate them together.
And like the
Yeah.
way that they would take it is that they would teach us with the Pavlov's, like that dog example. So it would like always like make me think of like food too. So I always associate it with food. Yeah,
Yeah, I Pavloved myself essentially.
exactly. But if it works, it works. Like more power to you.
Yeah, and never again. I don't think I'll ever do that study method again.
We should try a different type of the gummy rings for a different subject now.
Maybe I'll do like blue raspberry.
Yes.
I don't know.
For
Do they
like
make
a
blue?
calc class or something.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So what's like speaking about like college and study habits and that type of thing, what do you feel is like one habit or mindset that helped you manage stress? Because college is a very stressful time. You're like balancing like work and research and studies and classes and just like everything like all at once. So what is like one study habit or mindset that helped you?
Oh my gosh, taking a walk.
Yes.
Like if I'm going to sit in a library and like lock in, I need to like walk every once in a while. Because if I don't, like I feel like that's so important when like getting movement when you're studying, that's so
Mm-hmm.
important to me. Because then like I feel like you're not being productive and it's just a bunch of information being spewed at you, but are you actually absorbing everything? So that's why I was talking about like incubation earlier. It's so
Mm-hmm.
important to let that that information like consolidate and like just like essentially like marinate in your brain. You can't just pew 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 the whole time. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's bad. I think that's a great like study hack. Make time to walk. Like, even if it's just like maybe for like 5 minutes, making time to walk is very important. But also, another study hack that I would say that would like release my stress, like for studying as a college student, was definitely writing everything down because it
Mm-hmm.
helped me visualize every single thing. And like you don't have to do this, but I did it because I guess it like helped me be a little stressed out less.
Uh-huh.
But I would categorize each task that I had to do while studying like to the level of importance. So it's like which class would I have the next day and like oh like which class's exam is coming up sooner. So that's how I would like organize it. Like so that definitely helped me stress out a lot less.
I did the same too, and I would like color code it and I would like write it all out in like
Yes.
Notion. And I had my Notion pages all decorated, and it was like that was like my treat. It was just like that aesthetic Notion page.
I love Notion, but I
Yeah.
can't seem to get it to load on my laptop anymore. I think I need to fix it.
I just use like the website. That seems to work. The app doesn't work for me anymore. So I just use the website and then that syncs to the app on my phone.
I think I might have to hop on the Notion
Yes, you should.
wagon
You
again.
should.
Not right now, I'm just using like a physical planner.
Mm-hmm. That works great too. So we've talked about like how studying psychology helps you in like understanding other people better, but how has it helped you understand yourself better or like approach your own well-being differently?
That is a really good question. Oh my gosh. It's definitely like helped me to understand from like a cognition POV. Um, I need to sleep. Like sleeping is so important. Even though as a student, like I don't get as much sleep as I would like to,
Mm-hmm.
sleep is very important. So I would rather sleep early and
Mm-hmm.
then wake up early than sleep late and then wake up early, if that
Really?
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like early, okay, wait, I would sleep early and then wake up earlier
Uh-huh.
than I would usually do, just to like, and then like to study.
So you're a morning
Then
person?
like, yeah, I like, it's hard. It's like, actually, wait, no, I wouldn't say that I'm a morning person, but I wouldn't say that I'm a night person either.
Mm.
I just sleep.
No, I'm the same way too. I just, yeah. For me, like I cannot physically force myself to go to sleep like before 11, but then I wake up at like 6. So, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I don't know, like in high school though, like I would wake up at like 5 a.m. just to get ready
Yeah.
for school, and I can't do that anymore. But
And
like
we used to do like
I'm
so
still like
many
trying.
classes, and
Yeah.
I'm like two classes, and I'm like drained out. I was like, I don't even know how I did it when I was like younger and less mature.
Yeah, no, literally, like I was just thinking about this like what is it? Like like 3 days ago with my friends and we're like, yeah, like we were so crazy, bro. Like how did we do it? I'm like, dude, I
Exactly.
don't know. But to be honest, like in high school, I was a little like I did like recently discover caffeine. Like,
Uh-huh.
and so I guess that's what did keep me going, but now I can't like drink caffeine without like my body just feeling all over the place. It's just,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I would drink like a Celsius in the morning and then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I did it. And I can't drink Celsius, period.
Yeah. No, I used to do like Alani Nu, and I used to break out like crazy. Like even now, I still have those like old breakouts that I'm like struggling with. And it was just
Oh,
horrible. And
what's,
then I switched to like coffee and matcha, and that just made me super jittery. And now I'm like sticking with boba because that's all that I have left now.
oh my gosh. That's so real. I can't. I don't understand how people like need to drink coffee every morning because if I drink too much caffeine, like now I get very like anxious.
Yeah.
Like I hate it.
I do like maybe 2 tablespoons of coffee, full milk, and like some like sugary syrup. Like that's the only way that I can take it and just not feel like sick. It's weird.
No, that's so real though.
So kind of just like trying to like wrap it up.
Hmm.
What do you feel like success looks for you in your future research or clinical career?
Oh my
Like how
God,
do you
success
envision
for me,
success?
how I envision it. Eh, what was the second part of that question?
Like in your future role as like a researcher or clinical career, like whichever path you choose to pursue, how do you envision your success in that field?
Oh my God, I would like success to me is like I'm really happy in the spot
Mm.
that I'm in. And so as long as I'm happy, I think that's all that pretty much matters to me. But I would also love to run my own lab in the future, researching
Wow.
my, yeah, researching my own
What would
stuff.
you like to study at the lab? Like what are some topics that you'd love to touch on?
Oh my gosh. If I had like full reign of like whatever
Uh-huh.
I could do, I would totally love to research about love. I
Ooh.
love love. Yeah, I took a NYU has a bunch of like weird classes,
Uh-huh.
but I took like this class which was essentially like the psychology of love.
Okay.
And loved that class. And if I could like, I don't know, like study love, like study like couples and stuff like that, I think that'd be pretty cool. But also like you're studying like the neuroscience behind love, I
Mm-hmm.
think that would be pretty cool. But also maybe memory because I do love memory. That's
Yes.
like my favorite part of like neuropsych.
So you talked about like weird classes. What's the weirdest class that you took at NYU?
Oh,
Psychology or non-psych related?
I think that was like the only like weird NYU class or weird NYU class that I've taken. Cause like all my other classes they seem like normal. Like I took chem, like I took
Mm-hmm.
stats. They're all like pretty useful towards like my career. But next semester, I think as like I get closer to the end of like or toward I get closer to graduating, I'm taking like these non-traditional classes. Uh there's There's this class that I might take next semester. It depends, but it's like the study of marijuana on the
Ooh.
brain. Yeah, and it's also like psychology related. I
Uh-huh.
think that I didn't know like that was an option for a class, but I was like, okay, like since I can fit it into my schedule and like it's accredited towards my major, why not? I think that's like pretty cool. But in terms of like the love class that I took, I
Uh-huh.
love that class. It actually like opened up like my perspective on love. Like I got to learn more about love in different cultures
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really know. I think I was just really like secluded in the way that I grew up about love. So learning about that in a class was very cool. Like I learned about like what is it? I learned about like uh arranged marriages
Ooh,
and
whoa.
yeah. And I also learned about like uh polyamorous relationships, which I
Okay.
which I didn't know um was really actually like a thing until I took that class. And then what else did I learn? I learned that there's like some countries that don't have or aren't like procreating as much. So
Okay.
basically that's what the class was just talking about. And
Interesting.
yeah. And not even that. It was just like, although we did learn about, we also had to do a bunch of reading in that class.
Of course.
So, yeah.
So were the books like rom-com related? Or like, was
Some
it
of
like
them,
just
yeah,
textbooks? Like, what were the books
re-
on?
they were all about like looking at love from different lenses.
Uh-huh.
And like this class actually had a textbook.
Really?
Yeah. Uh, it was helpful. Like I did like where was the textbook from? It was like from Cengage, I think.
Okay.
Which is crazy because I didn't even think like you would create a textbook like that, but it's possible. But yeah, like you would just there were some physical books that you had to purchase, which
Mm-hmm.
you had to read like the different chapters like every day before class.
Of course,
And
yeah.
then there was just some articles that the professor would post on like our online classroom thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would have to read those too, and those would be referenced in class. So there was just a bunch of reading,
Whoa.
but most of them were like articles and poems. None of
Uh-huh.
them were really like, or well, majority of them weren't like papers and such. So,
Okay.
but it was still cool to be in that class, and especially like my final project. My final project was a children's book about a rat in New York City and how the rat like experienced different things and how his neurotransmitters were emitted.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's a very like non-tried class, but it's like very like interesting to like learn about.
Oh, it was great. It was awesome. And I think because I had that class so late in the day, I
Mm-hmm.
would have it from 6:20 to like 7:25.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I guess it was like a great end to
Yeah,
my night.
true. So to kind of just like sum up the podcast, what is one piece of advice that you have for students looking to pursue a career in psychology or cognition perception, neuropsychology, any of like those kind of fields that you're interested in? What's one piece of advice that you have for them?
I got one piece of advice. This is hard. Oh my gosh. Find an opportunity that will give you hands-on experience into the field, specifically in psychology, that you would want to get
Mm.
into. I think that's really important because I think it sets the standard for what you think you want to do. And especially like if you don't like the lab, you can always switch out
Mm-hmm.
and
True.
stuff like, yeah. I guess that's what I'm doing right now. And I've heard from like my friends like, oh, like I did this lab. I didn't really like it. I'm gonna move on to population health.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think that's like my one piece of advice for psych students. I it's also like I would say it's very impressive and like an opportunity that you can't miss.
Yes, for sure. Of course. Thank you so much, Samantha, for being with us on the Next Gen podcast.
Of course, thank you so much, Magna. I really appreciate you inviting me, and I had
Of
so much fun.
course.